In recent years, Europe has experienced a record influx of Muslims. The increase is mainly because of asylum seekers fleeing conflicts in Syria and other Muslim countries. And now the other reason for the increase is people moving to European countries for work and education, then staying. According to research, between the years 2010 and mid-2016, Europe received around 2.5 million Muslims. Aside from immigration, the continent's Muslim population's relatively young age also contributes to the rise. Other than this, Muslim women bear more children on average than non-Muslim women in Europe. How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another FTD Facts episode. My name is Leroy Kenton, and for this episode, I'll be sharing with you the top 10 European countries with the highest Muslim population. So let's jump right into this. At number 10, we have the Netherlands, 855,000, 5%. Now, the Netherlands has a long history with the religion of Islam. The Netherlands has a rough population of around 17.1 million, out of which 5% are Muslims. The majority of Dutch Muslims have their roots in the countries of Turkey as well as Morocco. The Muslim population in the Netherlands increased after the Second World War. The Muslim community of the Netherlands includes people from Iran, Iraq, Afghanistan, as well as Somalia. Most Dutch Muslims are from the sect of Sunni, and around 80% of Turkic Dutch Muslims are Sunni and 85% of Moroccan Dutch Muslims are Sunni. Religiosity differs from person to person and from community to community. Some Muslims in the Netherlands, they have never visited mosques before, and some visit the mosques weekly, while others do their religious activities every single day. Now, moving on to the country at number 9, France, 3.35 million, 5%. Concrete data is very challenging to come by because the French Republic considers ethnic and religious affiliation to be a very private matter. Now, France has approximately 3.35 million Muslim residents, and almost half of the Muslim population is under the age of 24 years old. Now, the Muslim population in France come from various different parts of the world, like from North Africa, Algeria, and Morocco. And the greatest number of Muslims actually came to France in the contemporary era in the wake of the colonial wars of independence. From there, the country at number 8 is Bulgaria. 690,000, 7.8%. Now, Islam in Bulgaria is a minority religion and the second largest religion after Christianity. According to the 2011 census, there were 577,139 Muslims in Bulgaria, accounting for 7.8% of the population. But then from there, Muslims now account for 15% of the population, according to a later 2017 estimate, where 690,000 Muslims are in the country. Muslims in Bulgaria are Turks, Bulgarians, and Roma who live primarily in northeastern Bulgaria and the Rhodope Mountains. The country of Georgia comes in at number 7, 397,000, 10.7%. Although the country's official promoted national identity is closely associated with Christianity, while around 10.7% of the total population of Georgia is Muslim. There are 3 communities of Muslims in Georgia. Georgia's Azeris, Muslims in Adjara, as well as Kists. Georgia's Azeris are the largest Muslim community, which primarily consists of Shias, and Muslims of Adjara, Georgia, are estimated to be around 120,000, which makes up over 30% of its Muslim population. The rest of the people are Christians. The country of Montenegro comes in at number 6, 130,000, 20%. Muslims in Montenegro form the largest minority religion in the country. Muslims in the country are around 130,000, making up 20% of the total population of the country. The Muslims in the country are divided into 3 main groups: Bosniaks who speak Bosnian, Muslims by nationality who prefer Serbian, Montenegrins who speak Montenegrin, as well as ethnic Albanians who are all Slavic Muslims. Albanians are a distinct ethnic group who speak their language Albanian and live primarily in the southeast, where they constitute the vast majority of the population. Number 5 leads us to the country of Russia, 14 million, 30%. The country's Grand Mufti, Raul Gayuddin, said that the Muslim population in Russia has been growing with every passing day. He said that in 15 years, 30% of the total population of Russia would be Muslim. Now, the number of people performing prayers during Islamic festivals has increased compared to the previous years. Now, there has also been an increase in the number of mosques in Russia. Now, the increase in population is primarily due to two factors: a high birth rate among Muslim families and the arrival of people from Central Asia. So who knows, Russia in the future might have a much more massive Muslim population at the rate it's going right now. Let's look at country number 4, Republic of Macedonia, 687,000, 33.33%. Around 33.33% of the population is Muslim, and Macedonian Muslim culture and history, they have contributed to their position within Macedonian society. Despite Macedonia's reputation for secularism and the separation of state and religion, well, its constitution recognizes Islam as equal to other religions. The establishment of Association of Macedonian Muslims, also known as Dar al-Ifta, was critical in preserving the position of Islam as well as its legal manifestations and practices in the country. Bosnia and Herzegovina come in at number 3, 1.8 million, 51%. So yes, around 51% of the population of Bosnia and Herzegovina identify as Muslim. Bosnia and Herzegovina is predominantly ethno-religious, with ethnicity determining religious affiliation. Most Muslims are Bosniaks, and the majority of them are Orthodox Christians. So yeah, around 51% of the population of Bosnia and Herzegovina identify as Muslim. Bosnia and Herzegovina is predominantly ethno-religious, meaning that ethnicity really determines religious affiliation. So check it out. Most Muslims are Bosniaks, and the majority of Orthodox Christians are Bosnian Serbs, and the majority of Catholic Christians are Bosnian Croats. Now, it is extremely rare for someone to convert to a different religion, and children of inter-ethnic marriages, on the other hand, are frequently non-religious. Muslims and Christians, they have coexisted for years in this country, and it doesn't look like that's going to be changing anytime soon. From there, let's look at country number 2, Albania, 1.7 million, 80%. At one point, Muslims made up 80% of the Muslim. Well, that number is closer to 60% because at one point, and actually that 80% is probably closer to 60% because at one point, Muslims made up as much as 80% of the total population. But that number now is estimated to be closer to 60%. Again, statistics are never 100%, they're just estimates. But either way, Islam arrived in Albania primarily during the Ottoman period, when most Albanians converted to Islam over time. And throughout the 20th century, democratic as well as other various different governments and powers in place, they pursued a systematic de-religionization of the Albanian nation and culture. And as a result of this, Islam, like all other faiths in the country, underwent huge transformations. The post-communist period, as well as the removal of legal and other government restrictions on religion, enabled Islam in the end to sort of resurrect. And finally, at number 1, we have the country of Kosovo, 1.9 million, 96%. So yes, this is a standing percentage. Kosovo is where 96% of its 2 million residents are Muslim, and it's remained like this for quite a while actually. Although it does remain a Western and largely pro-American country where bars coexist with mosques. However, there are signs that conservative Islam is growing in the country. Following the war in 1999, there were approximately 200 mosques, and there are now more than 800 mosques. Every month, a new mosque is built pretty much, and more women walk the streets of the country wearing black, fully covered Islamic attire, and also men are seen with untrimmed beards, and calf-length trousers are more common now, and these are identifying marks of conservative Muslims. So there you have it, guys. This was a brief look at 10 European countries with the biggest Muslim population. Let me know if any of these countries surprised you. Sound off down below in the comment section. If you did enjoy this one, don't forget to leave a big thumbs up. And if this happens to be your first time here to the channel, I want you to subscribe and ring the bell because we post videos daily and I definitely don't want you to miss any of them because we explore the various different countries, religions, and cultures of our world here on FTD Facts. Thanks for hanging out with me in this one, and I'll catch you guys in the next episode.